Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over the set 14 Videl cards, wrapping up our conversation about the green archetypes in set 14. So if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a Dragon Ball Super video. And if you guys want to help support the channel, there are many ways down in the description to do so. But particularly today, if you guys are looking for custom sleeves, playmats, any TCG accessories like that, be sure to use yourplaymat.com. The link is down in the description, and that link will get you 10% off your order. I know a lot of people in particular that have been using this link have been putting their favorite characters on some sleeves. So if you're looking to build a Videl deck, maybe you want to get some Videl custom sleeves. I've seen people get Future Gohan sleeves, which are pretty dope. These sleeves are super awesome quality art sleeves that do not peel, which is a huge selling point for me. If you guys want it, again, link in the description, 10% off your order. Anyways, let's start talking about Videl. All right, going into the leader. This leader is very interesting. I don't look at this leader like I look at the Buu leader from yesterday. If you guys watched that video, you kind of know my thoughts on that already. But let's read the leader. So a lot of text here. Auto when this card attacks, draw 1. Auto once per turn when one of your skill list battle cards is used in a combo, draw 1 and add up to 1 card from life to hand. So if you guys have been keeping up with the Facebook spoilers, it's actually kind of similar to Gohan, which is kind of neat because, you know, they're obviously a couple. So definitely looks like a lot of draw power already, which is definitely solid. Auto, once per turn, spirit boost 1. If it's your opponent's turn, a skillless battle card with energy cost of 1 is being used in a combo from your hand. When a skillless battle card with energy cost of 1 in your combo area would be placed in its owner's drop area, play it instead. Okay, so this is pretty similar to a Whis style deck, but the problem is it requires spirit boost. So if you look at Whis compared to this, Whis just does the same thing for free essentially. Not that that makes this awful, because the Unison is pretty accessible, and we'll get to the Unison in just a bit. But anyways, awaken, realize 4 or less, draw 1, untap 1, and on the backside, when this card attacks, draw 1, then choose up to one of your green Unison cards and switch to rest mode, then add that card's power to this card's power for the battle. Definitely a pretty interesting effect. Spoiler, our Unison is 6k that we're going to be playing mainly. So that's going to make this thing a 16k swinger, which is pretty interesting to say the least. Then we have auto once per turn. When one of your skillless battle cards using the combo, it gets plus 4,000 combo power for the battle, and then draw 1 card. Also, again, pretty cool. Just adding free combo power and drawing makes it a little bit better than like a Bonds of Friendship Goku, let's just say, although you are tied to essentially the 1-drop skillless cards, which is also fine. Auto once per turn, spirit boost 1. If a skillless battle card with energy cost of 1 is being used in a combo from your hand, when a skillless battle card with energy cost of 1 your combo area will be placed in its owner's drop area, play it instead and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So we've seen many cards like this in the past that take 1-drop skillesses and boost them up. There is even a Unison for that. Will that be the best way to go about playing this deck in particular? I don't know, because you already have your Unisons you want to be playing. So like Saiyan Scions, for instance, might not be the best call. But anyways, let's go on and see what our Unison actually does. All right, we got Great Saiyan Man, the Mysterious Hero. Green gets a lot of 1-cost Unisons in this set, which is definitely interesting. If you could put Frieza Charismatic Villain online turn 1, that's going to be pretty good. Auto once per turn, when you remove a marker from this card using Spirit Boost, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 2 or less and KO it. So what's nice is we saw that our leader can do that when our opponent, or when we combo rather. So we can almost do this auto to pop something 2 or less during battle, almost like a you know, Shigesh Kid Goku, kind of like a activate battle, instant speed pop, so to speak, if that makes sense. Activate main +1, add up to 1 green skillless battle card with energy cost of 1 from your deck to your hand, and shuffle your deck. This +1 is very good. Just completely just taking your 1-drops and adding them to your hand for ultra consistency is really solid. Auto ±0, when this card is attacked, choose 1 green skillless earthling in your hand and use it in a combo. So this is very much like the Vados Unison from the Whis deck, where if this card's attacked, you get to combo. But the problem is that this Unison starts off very small. So comboing that for 5k is going to make this an 11k. So like, yeah, they swing their leader into it for just 10k. You can defend that, but once it gets later in the game, your opponent's attacking with bigger battle cards, you're unfortunately not going to be able to defend that. I really do wish this was a +2. Maybe Bandai thought that would have been a little bit too busted, but for being a super rare, I think a +2 would have been perfectly fine here. Plus, you have the Spirit Boost anyway. So having to remove so many markers when it only gains 1 marker per turn is a little bit of a problem. But anyways, Gohan Glimpsing Potential does sort of help this card out. So auto if your leader's a heroine card. When this card's played, play up to 1 green skillless battle card with energy cost of 1 from your deck. Shuffle your deck, then choose up to 2 of your skillless battle cards and they get plus 5,000 power for the turn. So yet another way to make your skillless guys threatening attackers. Activate main limit 1 if your leader is a heroine card and you have 2 or more green energy, and you choose one of your green Unison cards with 6,000 power and a marker on it, and you place this card under it from your hand or battle area. add a marker to the chosen Unison card, then draw one card. So that is a really nice way to boost up your Unison's markers. It is a once per turn effect, but you probably will run 4 of this in the deck, I assume. So yeah, that seems pretty good. But Videl with all her strength seems like a really nutty card. Let's give this one a read. 3-drop 5k blocker, auto limit 1 for a green energy. If you have a green skillless battle card in play, when your opponent attacks, play this card from your hand. Auto, if your leader card is green or a heroine card, when this card is played from your hand, your opponent may choose 2 cards and discard them. If they don't, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 7 or less and KO it. That's a really good ultimatum to be in. Your opponent either, starts losing cards from their hand, or you pop something 7 or less, which is going to hit pretty much anything except a secret rare for the most part. So generally, these cards, I view them as pretty good. Again, I wish the Saiyaman plus more than 1 per turn, but Glimpsing Potential does kind of fix that. I don't know if paying 2 for Glimpsing Potential is always going to be the most popular play, but it is a play you can make. And I do want to say that I think in this deck, or at least the version that I'll be building, you probably want to also play some number of Demigras Unison just to make sure you have a Unison start. And even though Demigras doesn't like search your skilllesses like Great Saiyaman does, it is really nice that Great Saiyaman pluses you card advantage. But Demigras is a very sticky Unison, so in some matchups, Demigras could even be better if they're going to like try and focus aggro on your Unison to kill it, right? So getting Demigras on a turn 1, making sure it survives, and you can Spirit Boost off of that. And I believe if you +1 Demigras and use your leader's auto, you can make her a 25k attacker, which is a pretty interesting little combination there. Then we have just 2 Videl skillless cards. Interesting, I guess. I think you can technically play any skill cards you want, except for the fact that the Unison has to combo with an Earthling, I believe, but you've got 8 skillless Videls here. That's pretty interesting. Sun Gohan, Majin Exterminator. We have a 3-drop Deflect, Double Strike, Dual Attack. Pretty beefy. Permanent, if your leader card's a green Earthling card, green skillless battle cards in your combo area get plus 5,000 combo power, while this card's in a battle. That's pretty cool. So all your skillless cards become like pseudo super combos, and your leader can give that another plus 4k on the Awakened side and cause it to draw a card, so that's cool. When this card's played, you may add up to 1 green skillless battle card from your drop area to your hand. If you do, place up to 1 skillless green battle card in your drop area at the bottom of your deck. So refilling your deck in your hand, not bad. I think this is a pretty decent 2 to 3 of in the deck, but again, like tapping 3 in green can be somewhat problematic, but I guess you could back that up with Dormant Potential. That can be pretty decent. Maybe even Chalking Death Ball, because I'm pretty sure you'll generate a drop in this deck pretty quickly. Then we have Heart of a Maiden, 1-drop extra card. Activate main if leader's a heroine. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck and choose 1. Add up to 2 green skillless cards among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you don't have a Unison card in play, play up to 1 green Unison with 6,000 power among them with a marker on it, then shuffle your deck. So also keep in mind the Pan Unison, it's a Champ Pack promo, is also 6k power. I believe it does something along the lines of like making your leader a blocker, which can actually be kind of decent for protecting your Unison. And then once they attack your leader instead of your Unison, you can actually get to the combo step, start comboing your skillless cards. That could actually be a pretty solid advantage. So maybe instead of Demigras, we'll be playing the Pan Unison as well. That's pretty interesting. Son Goku's Spirit Bomb Unleashed. I wanted to talk about this in yesterday's video as well, but I figured I would leave it for the heroic side of the set because it is playable in Buu. I do play this in my Buu deck, but it's playable really in any green deck. It's kind of like the new ruler for green. So 3-drop, but you play it for 1 with the activated main, limit 1. If you have 3 or more energy and a green Unison in play this card from your hand. If you do, choose up to 1 of your opponent's Unison cards and remove a marker from it. Activate main once per turn, Spirit Boost X, so you can choose any number of markers to remove from your Unison. Green Unison card. This card gets plus 5,000 power for the turn for each marker you remove from your Unison card with the skill. If you remove 2 or more markers, this card gains double strike for the turn. So admittedly, I think this is a good card, but it has been kind of tough to use that Spirit Boost X to its maximum potential, because by the time you're looking to play this card late game, and this is coming from the experience of the Buu deck, I haven't played Videl as much yet, but at least from the experience of the Buu deck, once you play this guy, it's usually gonna be in the late game, and by that point you've done a lot of spirit boosting, like, you know, multiple times per turn, and your Bibbidi Unison in that scenario only gains 2 markers a turn. This Unison in this deck only gains 1 marker a turn, and you'll be spirit boosting as well. So with that in mind, being able to remove like 2+ markers from your Unison when you want to play this guy has been a little bit rough in my experience. I still think it's a good card. I think it'll be a game ender in a lot of scenarios, but that's just my experience with it. And Defender of Justice, a counter attack, negate the attack, then choose one of your opponent's tokens and remove it from the game. Permanent, this card can't be negated in any area. A fine negate. But overall, I think the Videl stuff's actually pretty interesting. I think it lacks the same thing as Buu in the sense of like a solid game ender or something you really want to tap multiple energy for. But I think the spamming of the board is kind of cool, and I think that the draw power is kind of cool, so maybe the deck can be filled with some other things. I do have ideas, so I'll be messing with that as I, you know, mess around with the deck and bring you guys more content on it. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.